Hey everybody, what's going on? TunoMac07 once again back at you with another review. And a late review, I might add. I saw the movie Sinister this past Sunday. Sinister is a new supernatural horror movie starring Ethan Hawke, and it's directed by Scott Derrickson, I believe. I think he directed The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I'm not sure, I have to look that up. And he directed something else, I know that much. But anyway, the movie is about Ethan Hawke's character is a crime novelist, or basically one of those true crime authors who writes about horrific events. Anyway, he moves his family into a new house, a house which, well, unbeknownst to his family, was the site of a very horrific murder. The murder which you see at the very beginning of the movie, and I'm not spoiling anything, that's the movie comes on and bam, that's the first thing you see. And so out of this murder there was a missing child, so Ethan Hawke's character is trying to investigate this murder and to find out what happened to the child, basically for his own selfish reasons, so he can be on top again. He wrote one book that's mentioned a lot called Kentucky Blood, and apparently this was his big shot at fame, and his 15 minutes happened there. And then after that he kind of dwindled off. So him investigating this one murder, he's hoping he will write, this will be his next book, and he'll be back on top. And while he's moving into the new house, he's warned by basically the local law enforcement by them telling him that we know what you're doing, we don't want you here doing this. And of course, you know, he's going to do what he's going to do. And so basically he starts to investigate. While him and his family are moving to this new house, he goes up to the attic and discovers a box with a 8mm film projector and some home movies, which is labeled The Picnic or The Barbecue and things like that. And that's when he discovers the grisly murder that he's investigating is caught on film, along with some other grisly murders also. And so basically he thinks he's onto something. He wants to find out what all these murders have in common. And of course he digs a little too deep with the help of a local deputy that is kind of starstruck by Ethan Hawke's character. Ethan Hawke's character digs a little too deep and discovers in one of the videos he sees a very spooky presence, kind of a spooky figure, if you will. And so while investigating all this and trying to find out what this one person has who he sees in every video, this one person or thing, he comes to find out that it's a pagan deity named Bagul, who basically goes after children. And so Ethan Hawke's character thinks he can crack this case, and now he's really in too deep, and he thinks this is really going to put me over the edge and make me famous again. And that's pretty much the premise of the story. And I have to say, this movie was very well done. This movie was well written, and it was also written by one of the guys who used to be on Spill.com. I guess on Spill.com his name was Carlisle, but its last name is Cargill. He was one of the writers of this. And yeah, the script to this movie, from watching the movie, this thing was very well written. I really enjoyed this movie. And also, like I said, Scott Derrickson directed this, and he did a great job. Really added this spooky feel to it. It was, you know, the last good horror movie I saw was probably either Insidious or Cabin in the Woods. And this one, yeah, this is up there with those movies. Oh man, one thing I really liked in this movie was the music. The music was like every time Ethan Hawke would watch one of these 8mm films in the dark, of course. That's the one thing about this movie that was kind of funny. Every time Ethan Hawke would hear something when he's watching his movies, and while the projector's going, he'd hear something and he would investigate, but he would never turn a light on, which was beyond me, because when you hear some shit that you don't know going on in the house and you're investigating the noise, you might want to turn the light on. It's like pitch black in there. There's always pitch black in the house, and that added to the uneasiness you feel. And also, like I said, the music in this is just wicked. That's the best way to describe it. It has this, it's just like this little, this some kind of almost like techno beat, and it almost sounds like in like the chants of distorted chants of children counting. It's like 1, 2, things like that. It's really creepy. And I went to this movie. I saw it with my lady and some friends of hers. We're having a cookout, and so we decided later to see this movie. And so when I saw it, I was a little tipsy, I'll admit. And there is one scene in this movie. It's one of the videos he watches. It happens kind of later in the film. That took me by surprise. I was a little tipsy going into this movie, but a scene that happened in this just caught me off guard and sobered me up quick. Yeah, it was like that. It was that intense. I didn't see it coming, and when it happened, it was like, holy shit. I actually went, oh no, when I saw it happen in the theater. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And also the performances. Ethan Hawke did a great job. I hadn't seen him really do anything since Training Day. He made, I don't know if he's done anything. I want to say he was in the movie Brooklyn's Finest. I can't be sure, but I kind of think he was, but I'm not sure. I have to look that up on IMDb. But Ethan Hawke did a great job, and I'm not really a big fan of Ethan Hawke. And I was really amazed by the job he did. Even in the videotapes you watch of his character's past self, like on talk shows, you saw him be this cocky asshole, and he is a cocky asshole. His whole character, he's an asshole, basically, his character. Just the shit he puts his family through for his own selfish reasons. And he does a good job playing this. And, of course, he's got a drinking problem in this movie. And his voice kind of reminds me of, like, why Nick Nolte talks the way he does now with, this and that, and Tommy. You can see Ethan Hawke's character. Maybe it's just Ethan Hawke getting to that Nick Nolte voice. It's not there yet quite, but it's almost there. Nick Nolte did a great job. And even the guy that played his deputy, Ethan Hawke called him Deputy So-and-so. That guy was good. He was kind of a comic relief. He wasn't slapstick, David Arquette Dewey type comic relief. He was almost kind of straight-laced, but the humor was there with that character. He wasn't so over the top, like I said, like David Arquette was in the Scream movies. And also the woman that played Ethan Hawke's wife, not sure if she was really British or not, but she did a good job. And also Senator Jack Thompson is back in films now. You may remember him from the beginning of Big Trouble in Little China and Die Hard 2. Jack Thompson plays the local sheriff in the movie, and Vincent D'Onofrio also has a cameo in the movie as well. And the movie, like I said, was very well written, especially this scene between Ethan Hawke and his wife, where eventually she finds out what the hell's going on. Because at the beginning of the movie, she asked Ethan Hawke, like, are we living in a house near a murder you're investigating? And of course, they're living in the house that Ethan Hawke's character is investigating. And he does what any guy would say when he knows if he is too honest, he'll be in deep shit. He goes, oh, no, we're not. And then when the shit goes down, when one of the Ethan Hawke's children reveals why they're in the house, the shit hits the fan, and there's this really powerful scene between Ethan Hawke and his wife. It's very well done, and you just feel the emotion between both of them. And my God, she had every right to pack the kids up and leave. But does she do that? I don't know. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it and see for yourself. Also, the Bagul figure, the basically the evil thing in this movie. It reminds me of a lot of things. I heard one reviewer say it kind of looked like Kane from the WWE, and it does sort of kind of mix with a little Vampiro. If you remember Vampiro from WCW, kind of is like a mix mash of those characters, and maybe Twinkle of Jerry Only from the Misfits. That's what this kind of thing looked like and reminded me of. And there are some good scares in this. Jump scares, yes, but just the overall creepiness. Like I said, the music plays a lot of it every time Ethan Hawke pops in one of these plays one of these 8mm tapes. Yeah, Sinister, very good movie, well written, it's scary as hell. You're gonna have a good time with this movie. It's a really good movie. Probably one of the best horror movies you'll see, but like I said, I recommend watching Insidious and Cabin in the Woods. They're also well-written horror movies to go with this. But Sinister, do I think you should see in the theater right now while it's in there? Yes, I really do. It's a great movie. Check out, especially around this time. It's Halloween time. Don't see Paranormal 4. I'm not. Just gonna say it right now. Have no interest in Paranormal Activity 4. Like I said, Sinister is a nice, good, scary time. You're gonna have fun with this. It's a really good movie. And there was something else I was gonna say about this movie, but I forgot. Yeah, oh yeah. Last Sunday when the numbers came in, this movie debuted at number 3. Which is beyond me. I can't believe it should have been number 1. But yeah, like I said, check it out. Until next time, folks, Tino Mac 07. I'll see you next time. Bye.